Hey guys, welcome back to Chasing You, and we're going to play episode 5. Possibly episode 6, probably just episode 5. I don't know. But anyway, investigation at the full speed, and your team is ready to fight for the win. Are you with them? Yes! Go team, go! Alright. So far, I'm really enjoying the investigation aspect. This is what I like. This is very good. So the first season was kind of like stumbling along, getting involved in the investigation because it was like personally involved for it, and this time we're like intentionally getting involved in investigation where we're slightly in danger, but I mean usually detectives are when they get down to it, because of course the criminals don't want to be caught, so we're kind of unintentionally roped into this one somewhat, but at least we're not the main focus of it, we don't think, because we're pretty sure that guy was the target, but he may not have been. Finally, it begins. The loading screen. Good lord. Chapter 5. Frozen. Stop. Do not start singing Frozen songs. Okay, so. Get off my sweatshirt. He pulled the sleeve out from under him. Getting up, Alexander brushed his hand against Sam, who was sitting next to him. He hissed indignantly, masterfully balanced the swaying mug of tea. We have nothing to go off of. That's not a reason to get worked up. We've just begun our investigation. Rachel grunted, trying to see the mountain peaks beyond the dark window. I'm not getting worked up, I just feel uncomfortable with everything that's happened. Even our optimist is feeling down. Things are going too well. Rachel, Sam is right. We haven't done that much yet. We need to talk to this Hasao and Manaka and take a look at Ski Lodge. I don't know. I know. Don't mind me. I'm just uneasy. This... you okay? So I had to comfort Rachel. Okay, come. The girl looked up from the window and smiled softly at you. I can handle it, honestly, but knowing that you're worried about me always warms my heart. The rustle of a wrapper caught your attention. For some reason, looking furtively at the door, Alexander unrolled a bar of chocolate and divided it into 4 parts. Call me Professor Lupin. Strange, until now I thought you were a Dementor. You happily stuffed half of your piece into your mouth and blissfully closed your eyes. You know what? I'm tired and I propose we take a break from business. We've come to rest, haven't we? Let's see how their play area is. The brochure said they had one. Oh yeah, let's go. You winked at her while nibbling on your chocolate. I'll go ask the administrator how to get there. Ask about Manaka too, okay? You nodded in agreement, casting an avid glance at Alexander's chocolate. He kicked up a fuss and pulled the chocolate closer. Don't look at my precious. References. Greedy. Alright, fine. I'll go, but you'll still cry. I'm already in tears. And go, don't stop. Don't snort. You contemptuously shook out your head before stepping out. The halfways of the ryokan were empty and uncalm hallways. What did I say, halfways? Oh my goodness. Blah. It's like we're the only ones staying here in the snow, far from civilization. Brr. There was no one at the front desk. You froze in indecision. Outside, the wind swept, knocking on the glass, demanding your attention. Turning your head, you almost screamed in horror. These jump scares! You could have sworn he wasn't there a second ago. A dispassionate mask stared straight at you. Ma'am, do you need help? Your English is very good. Thank you, ma'am. So how can I help you? There was no smile in his voice. You suddenly imagined your body in a pool of blood on the floor. Quivering idiot, control your stupid imagination. I want to know where I can find... Well, I'm supposed to be looking for Manaka. The mask swayed. It seemed surprised. Let me call the administrator. He will definitely be able to help you. With that, the receptionist disappeared into the depths of the corridor. You listened but could only make out the mournful sobs of the wind. Yuma appeared a few minutes later, putting on a smile like it was another mask. I beg your pardon for my absence, Miss Harris. What can I do for you? I wanted to ask where I can find a few things. First, the play area, and second, the girl Manaka from the spa area. You will find the play area behind the restaurant and the junction with the unfinished building at the back of the hotel. As for Manaka, this is for your interrogation, right? He glared at you with some suspicion and tiredness. Let me write down her address for you. She's back home in the village at the moment. While the administrator was diligently writing down the address, first in English and then in Japanese, you casually said, "Your receptionist has excellent English." Thank you. That's probably why he was hired. Hardworking guy. What's his name? Marcus Warren. Yes, that's how it's pronounced. Here's the address. Anything else? That's all, thanks. On your way back to your room, you impatiently shook all unnecessary thoughts out of your head. After all, can I rest for one evening? Probably not. That's not how this works. When you woke up, you stared at the ceiling for a while. Your head was buzzing and throbbing. You stirred and Sam's hand immediately squeezed you tighter. Wait, what happened? The gesture was soothing. You raised your head. Alexander lay on the edge of a nearby futon, while Rachel's sprawled freely in the remainder of it, and even threw her leg over the man. You moaned softly with a dry throat. Why are you here? What happened yesterday? Water. Oh. I'm concerned about the raw throat, but like, seriously, what happened yesterday? Nobody reacted to your words, but the half-asleep bodies began to stir. After about 15 minutes, all of you took a more or less vertical position and started trying to remember. By all accounts, you had a good time, maybe even too good. What happened yesterday? I remember a dance battle, then someone brought some wine and we played something. Alexander opened the window and grabbed some snow and put it on his forehead. I remember that we were arguing about the house on the mountain. What house? I have no idea. Come to the house on the mountain. I'll tell you a fairy tale about a fox. It's a game. Oh, I remember that. Then Eve. Eve and Elia dropped by. Yes, and Eve told the best story and stole your bottle. And you tried to challenge her to a rap battle where you couldn't even pronounce the words rap battle. You fell face down in the pillow and groaned. Sam, who looked the most cheerful of all, looked around the battlefield skeptically and said, Hangover notwithstanding, we were going to go to the ski lodge this morning. I'd rather die. After a short struggle, your friends dragged you by the arms and made you drink coffee. You diligently sagged so that no one would think that you were able to move independently. Taxi took you to a nice wooden building. Nobody needs money here, or what? It took him an hour and a half to get there. You had managed to revive by the time, in part thanks to the cold weather, and therefore just shrugged. Behind the counter were rows of skis, snowboards, and... Welcome to the lodge. I'm Kane. How can I help you? What a handsome man, what an unexpected face. That's a lot of snowboards. Unexpected face? What do you mean? Oh, because of where we are. Let's just go with this lot of snowboards. Haven't been on one in forever. I'm gonna take a ride. Hello, Kane. I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind. The man folded his muscular arms on the counter and smiled recklessly. How can I object with such a kahuna asks? I am in fact a gremlin. I just know how to stand on the board with confidence. From behind your back, you could feel the bewilderment of your friends. Kane smiled broadly as he moved closer to you. Kane's ready to give you the best board. Finally, someone I can give a normal board to. I knew right away that you were a sharp one. Rachel made a perplexed sound from behind. He leaned over to her and whispered, Kahuna's a respected person. A gremlin is a newcomer to surfing. Ah, so you can surf? Got some slang from the guys in California, but I did stand on the board a few times, of course. So, Kane, can we ask a couple questions? Of course. You have all my attention. Ask away. Wanted to know if these guys came to see you. You showed him the photos of Eve and Elia. Kane thought for a while, then shook his head. Are you sure? Wait, so they said they were skiing, so they weren't. Yes, I would definitely not forget about these two. That girl's fire. Maybe someone other than them? Then you accepted them? I've been here alone for the last week, unless they arrived earlier. No, they've only been here for a few days. Put the phone away, casting a glance at the men, they frowned. So they no longer have an alibi. Okay. Here's a question about the Avalanche. The Avalanche ruined my percentage of sales. For 3 days, no one can get here from the city. And nobody went up there to see how things were? No one can. I'm all alone here. That's the rescuer's job. The workers will be with them to raise the tower. Is it normal that it came down at this place in such a time? King hesitated and began to run his finger along the counter. Yes and no. There was a lot of snow this year, and there were enough temperature fluctuations the way it could have gone. But the tower is supposed to be strong. It wouldn't collapse from an avalanche that easily. Plus, it stands on a level ground. What if someone caused an avalanche? Would anyone be able to tell? Nope. There's machinery at work at the other side. Something's regularly exploding there. And how can one start an avalanche? With a bomb or something? If so, some pieces would be left over. Wouldn't they get covered by the snow? Well, if I would start an avalanche, I'd plant a bomb on the tower. The slope is the steepest there. It works best. And there'd be footprints of the tower, but there's no way to go up there now. The main road is still half filled with snow. We looked at each other. Kane? How can one find the path? Can we take a look at the tower? Yeah, can we take a look? Only if you can walk the mountain paths. Is there a path to the top? Of course, it'll take forever to get to it, though, but I'll turn the lift on for you. Once you're up there, go on another 300 meters and you'll see a path into the forest. Should I be writing this down? 300 meters, path into the fort. Let me get a notepad up. You can take it all the way to the top. It'll be dangerous though. It's alright, we can handle it. Can we have some equipment? That way. Are you from the Yokai Ryokan? Well, it's free for you then. After listening to your request for the equipment, Kane went to the depths of the storage room. A couple of minutes later, he came back with a sleek, compact board. Ooh, 7:30. I gotta go. That's all I'll let you take on any wave, if you're brave enough, that is. Take the board with some doubt. I'll try. Hey, you may be a gremlin, but you have the right arm, right form. Don't let me down now. You just grin, gripping the board more comfortably. You've got an advantage on the slope. Okay, cool. Come on. I used to do it pretty well before. I'll remember quickly. Having ripped off a good amount from you for turning on the lift, Kane raised his hand in parting. If you find yourself off the track, watch out for rocks. There are a lot of them, though. And don't yell too much. You're still with the snowfall. You never know if it will cause a new wave. Okay, so keep quiet. Watch out for rocks. You nodded and walked back out into the frosty day. And I'm gonna pause right there. Okay, and go pick up my daughter from her grandmother. Okay. Okay, so since he didn't say anything about the trail, and if you didn't notice, it's a whole different day. I couldn't finish recording yesterday. I ran out of time. So, here we are. Okay, moving forward. You looked down at the predatory spears of the firs and shivered too. I think we should don't look down, turn back. Okay, we're not gonna turn back. Don't look down, seems like silly advice. I like this, the color on this is cute. Stand 5 steps apart. That sounds like a good idea, if only because we don't wanna put too much weight in one place at one time, right? Yeah, if someone pushes snow and falls, it won't hurt the others. Rachel whimpered softly in horror. Horror. Ugh. That word is the bane of my existence. How can you be so calm? We're already halfway to the tower. Why panic now? Silly Rachel. When the dangerous trail took you to a straight slope, you collectively exhaled. Looking down the mountain, Alexander whistled. Yeah, it really is a mess. Do you see how the trees below broke on the sides? I just love them in all the different gear. They all look so cute. It's like, in this story, like, I don't want to go through season 2 again, but I do want to date different people. So it's like, fine. And I finally found a guide of how to properly get on Edward's good side. Even though I'm not sure that I want to be. We'll see. Do you see how the trees below broke on the sides? Uh-huh. And the snow piled up about 10 meters. No. Yes, they'll be cleaning this out forever. With displeasure, you straightened out this slip waist bag containing your emergency supplies. After walking a dozen meters down the slope, you turned around and frowned. Will we be able to find our way back later? We can make our own landmarks. Look at that tree. Do you see the curved one? You looked closer at the really crooked spruce and grunted. Yeah, and also a monkey-shaped rock and a fluffy snowdrift. Monkey-shaped rock. We could just follow our footsteps back. It won't be a problem. Guys, look, there's a tower. Far above, something bent and metallic was sticking out of the snow. All the way out there? Uh-oh. Oh. Why don't we go to Bali? At least there's no snow there. Yeah, instead we would have been climbing up a gung and we wouldn't be happier. With our karma, it would have started erupting right then. Oh no. You rolled your eyes, took the snowboard mounts on your back, and silently went upward. Reaching a piece of iron sticking out of the snow, you collapsed on your back. Sam, who was dragging your snowboard the second half of the way, silently sat down nearby. You moved closer, gratefully nodding at him. He smiled softly. There's a tower. These boots are impossible to walk in. My shins hurt. What are we going to find here anyway? We'll find out when we find it. For example, do you notice anything unusual? You threw your head back, examining the remains of the tower from an uncomfortable angle. I see that there's still a lot of snow at the top. The tower fell to one side. Alexander's laces untied. The Avalanche carried away all the evidence. Well, I don't know. We barely started examining, so I don't really know if that's necessarily true. We haven't really looked at it. And of course, I think it was still snowing yesterday. It looks kind of clearer today, but I mean, snow could have accumulated again, so it's not really an observation. It fell to one side, maybe? Haha! So it wasn't an avalanche. The snow would have knocked it over to the bottom of the slope. Oh! Ho ho. Sam nodded in agreement, watching Alexander walking up. What are you looking for out there? I just want to see if there are any traces above. After an avalanche and 2 days of snow? Aha! I knew it was snowing. Alexander waved him off in annoyance without even stopping. Guys, look what I found. A piece of pipe. That part of the tower or something extra. Is that a pipe? Not just any pipe. It's a piece of thin water pipe ripped at one end. Alex and I once made a bomb with it. We were 12 or something. Why are you making bombs? Found the recipe, you won't believe it, in a chemistry textbook. Blew it up in the garden. It's amazing how they don't blow up the moment you create them. Eyes went off before the cord burned out. Rachel, is the pipe really empty? Yeah. To demonstrate, she shook the broken end of the pipe. Be careful, who knows what kind of explosive was there. If it's an RDX, then the remnants can explode from a kick. You suddenly felt cold from a thought that just came to mind. Sam, someone wanted to isolate the valley. Someone collapsed this tower on purpose and caused an avalanche so that no one could leave. The man didn't look at you. He watched Alexander ascending slowly. But that can't be related to Musashi's death, or can it? I don't know, or I think it can. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, because that's what I feel like we went wrong the other day when we were suspecting that girl Manaka, I think. So I'm just gonna be like, I don't know. We don't have proofs, but Hisawa couldn't have done that, could he? And there are no other suspects yet. We urgently need to go to the station and interrogate Hisawa. Alexander, damn you, Nelson. Alexander turned around and looked at you, then up again. Sim just for him to come back down. The man shook his head. Sim just became more emotional and expressive. Alexander shrugged his shoulders and got on the snowboard. He slid down with the ease of a professional athlete. I mean, he is from Sweden. You sighed enviously, looking at how beautiful he scatters the snow around. You fished the phone out of your pocket, looked closely, choosing a suitable angle, and took a picture. Ooh, yeah, further in. On a snowy slope. Putting her hand to her eyes, Rachel clicked her tongue. Photo appeared at the front of the screen. Yay! Look how handsome he is when he's not running his mouth. That actually happens mostly when he's asleep. You can also tape his mouth up with duct tape. Oh God, Sam, has your relationship gone that far? The detective rolled his eyes, leaning on the bent tower post. It creaked plaintively, and Sam cursed, losing his balance. You heard a thud against the snow, and an explosion. Sam? You squatted down with your hands over your ears. The mountain rang and seemed to tremble in the cold air. Alexander stopped above, peering anxiously into the raised snow dust. You waved your hand at him to signal that everything's fine, to turn to Sam. What the hell? Are you okay? Breathing heavily, the man silently pointed to a piece of the tower that had fallen off, which had sunk deep into the snow. Something went off under the snow. The charge is weak with more noise than effect. But I got scared, I admit. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. There may still be pieces of a bomb under the snow. There was a rumbling noise from above. Oh no. Did you cause an avalanche? A chill ran down your spine. Raising your head, you saw a snow mantle spreading its wings behind Alexander's back. Sam, Rachel, Avalanche. It's a team avalanche. Did we just get married? That effect is cool. Oh no, are we gonna be running? No! More was not required. Everyone grabbed their boards. You began to frantically fasten the bindings on your boot. Oh no. Okay. Get ready for time choices. Get ready. I'm gonna take a sip. Drink. Hold on. I'm not prepared. Hope Kane has underestimated the merits of this board. Standing firmly on the snow, you look with horror behind your back, where the snow wave was gaining strength. Alexander rushed down like a wounded deer. Calm down, Melody. Think. How to get out? We need to move for cover, right? We don't want to just go down the slope. And the forest could branch off the trees, but we need to look like, I thought we were like, you could hide under like a cliff face and let the snow kind of go, but then it could kind of come around you. But I don't think the forest might be too far. I don't see a forest. The avalanche will go down, but remember the cliff was almost clean. So it won't get there. It's much closer than the foothill. You've chosen the right course of action to survive the beginning of the avalanche. Oh, just the beginning? Oh no. We need to get to the cliff. Inspired by a thought, you shifted your weight forward and the obedient boy slid down. After sliding for a bit, you braked sharply, stopped by another thought. Will they be able to figure it out? Turning around, you saw that Sam and Rachel were still standing at the tower, buckling their boards. I need to tell them where to go, but I have to go back. Then I need to unfasten the board. I may not have time. I'll get stuck under the avalanche, and then what? If I help them, will I have time to save myself? But still, you're driven by a kind heart. To the cliff! To the cliff! Notice the avalanche drowned out your worries. Biting your lip, you leaned over to the bindings. You felt a time seeping through, dissolving without a trace in the air. Grabbing the board by the side, you ran up, and after 10 meters, you shouted with all your might. To the cliff! We need to go to the cliff! Avalanches are bypassing that place. Got it! Look at me, so snowboarding side. He grabbed Rachel's arm and jerked, giving her starting speed. Flying by, Alexander caught Sam with his hand, and they, almost collapsing at the beginning, quickly picked up speed. By the time they flew closer, you have already strapped your board again. The men grabbed you each from their side and pushed you forward, setting your pace. See? We all help each other. Oh gosh. The music is like making my heart race. The board moved silently and quickly, turning with ease as if driven by the power of thought. Really great board. Kane, maybe it saved my life. The rock emerged from the snow with the agility of a lurking shark. You screamed in horror. What rock? Where? Oh, shh. Rocks. Kane told us about the rocks on the slope. How to dodge. I'm not one to try no fancy jumps. Obviously, we're not going to stop. The avalanche is going to catch out to us. So I'm thinking to the right or to the left. Right is right. You got a great board. You have not yet had time to turn, and the board, as if alive, deftly went around the rock. You went about 10 meters without incident, and then for a small descent. There's big rocks on the left. Go right. Oh my god. You wagged the board, turning it to the right. Light as a butterfly, it fit exactly into the passage between the rocks. Having slipped through the narrow passage, you turned back. The avalanche rustled down like a slow, voracious snake. At that moment, your friends rushed past one by one, picking up speed all the time. Don't lag behind. These poses. The cliff is very close. We'll be safe there. You know, that's what I told you. You nodded and mentally began spraying the board like it was a stubborn stallion. Suddenly, your friends in front swerved sharply to the left. Okay, so I should follow, right? Turn left and jump because there was a board, a rock there. Oh, because it wasn't as clear. That's why, clenching your teeth, you directed your board to the left. I will jump. I will jump. I can do it. Come on, you can do it. You sprung your legs sharply, pulled your knees to you, and having barely passed the bottom on the surface of the rock, the board carried you out into the clear. It seemed like you lost control for a few seconds. Your triumphant cry echoed over the tops of the fir trees. I jumped. I did it. Gods, yes, yes. You survived the avalanche. For now. Oh no. You quickly appreciate the slope below and breathe out calmly. Phew, phew. Almost clean. So there's a cliff left to find. Where is it? Path of logic. There was some kind of landmark Alexander drew my attention to. He talked about the tree. Because she was talking about a monkey rock and some kind of snowdrift or something. And Sam's talking about footsteps. So Alexander, he thought about this crooked tree, he said. Come on. Navigate using the crooked spruce. Yeah, because she's talking about the monkey rock and this. I don't think anybody's at the edge of the forest. Crooked spruce. Yes, the spruce, I remember it. You dumb stupid spruce. How glad I am to see you. Pushing down, you caught up with the spruce and turned sharply. Let's get the avalanche on the way to the cliff. Okay, they didn't say for now. I think, are we done? Having emerged directly from the paw of the avalanche, you rushed ahead. Look at this thing. The winding hump of the cliff appeared ahead. The winding. You rushed forward, trying to check out the glee that pounced on you too early. Two were riding in front of you, so someone was left behind. You turned around. 3 meters behind you, Sam suddenly cursed and collapsed on his side. Damn it, there's an avalanche. Get up. With a quick glance, you assessed the situation. The wave was already very close. If we rush to help, we will definitely drown together. I don't care. I'm not leaving him there. You showed mercy. Oh my gosh. You could be real savage. The board only got in the way. You fell to your knees, frantically pulling on the fasteners. Come on, come on. When you managed to free yourself and ran forward, the snow had already begun to sag under your feet. Hand. Quickly, your hand. Gritting his teeth tightly, Sam pressed the board into the slipping snow and grabbed your hand. The ground was sliding down. You whined with tension and suddenly felt a hard rock with your foot. Pressing against it, you pulled with all your might, almost twisting your hand out of the joint. The snow was dragging you down, with passing every second, getting more persistent and angry. Tears rolled down your cheeks. Gosh, I'm so tired of all of this. And then it was over. Someone grabbed you from behind, dragged you to the cliff. The relationship with your friends has improved. Oh my god, that was so stressful. That was so stressful. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? And the four of you, in a shapeless, snow-covered heap, fell to the edge of the cliff. Sam to the edge? Sam suddenly grabbed you by the shoulders, shook you, peering into your face with some insane fear. Are you crazy? You could have died. You could have died. And you could have died. And if we both would have been dead, then that would have been something, huh? Hey, look. I thank you, Sam. I thank you. I get that you're scared. I thank you. He squeezed you into himself, began kissing your face, mindlessly repeating, thank you, much better. Stupid girl, I almost lost you. Well, I can't lose you either. For a while you lay side by side, until the snow began to fall on your heads. Now what? Oh no, the music is back! The avalanche went from that side. Want to collapse anything there? I have no idea, but let's get out of here. Grabbing the boys in your hands, you ran a single file along the cliff, bending over and covering your heads. Oh, for the love of... Be careful! Rocks are falling together with the snow. Oh no. Something rustled right over your head. Rocks are bad news. Dodge. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know if I did that right. I don't know what to do. It just said it was over my head. You jump forward, almost knocking down Sam, who's walking in front of you. How? My bad. Sorry, the rocks. He moved his hand and turned, dodging the snow rock waterfall. We're almost there. 20 more meters. You reared your teeth, stubbornly stepping forward. Melody, duck! Okay, she told me to duck. So I had to bend down. How to dodge? Jump up? Jump? No, I got to go down. Not jump. Without reasoning, you collapse on your haunches, covering your head with your hands. A large rock whistled 10 centimeters from you, barely missing the edge of the cliff. Damn, that was too close. How close are we? Almost there, hold on. A whole layer of snow has wriggled out from under your feet, turning the stable path into quicksand. No. You thought you were screaming, but only a whisper came out. Desperately clinging to the snow with your fingers, you slid down along a narrow stone wall. Rachel sobbed and rolled beside you. You tumbled for several meters, collapsed into something soft, and immediately got covered by snow. And unconsciousness with the clarity of electronic mechanisms gave you a calm thought. You only have a couple of minutes until you run out of air. What? That was epic! And we got a new picture. We only got 4 left. Oh my gosh, that was wild. Okay, hold on. That was a lot of quick time. I need to know. Did I do that right? Okay, and so with the dodge, I didn't understand what was going on. You either jump forward or jump back. I still don't understand what I was dodging exactly in that moment. And lie down was correct. Okay. Okay. We did it. That was a whole mess. That was a whole mess. Oh my gosh. Okay. So in total, I think yesterday I recorded for like 13 minutes and this now I recorded for 22. So we should be able to squeeze another episode into this. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch this ad and then we're gonna continue on. Surviving 101. Don't forget to stay afloat. What? Is there water now? What? What's going on? There's like 10 hours or so left of the event at this point. Trying to get through as many things as possible. I don't know how many episodes are left of Chasing You. Maybe like 3 more. I think they got to like episode 8 or something. I don't know. I don't remember. This is episode 6, right? So I'm definitely trying to finish Chasing You before the event is done. What else do I have to play? Oh, Legend of the Willow, Path of the Valkyrie, Sophie's, 10 Wishes. Oh gosh. And the other one? Is there another one? No. I think that's it. That's it, right? To like catch up? Of course, the stuff I need to finish that's like older stuff. Like Wave Patrols, Seduce a Predator. Oh god. And I heard some people requesting me to play some game called Novels. I don't know anything about it, but I wrote it down. I'm gonna download it, but I definitely want to catch up at least first before I start messing around with other stuff. Oh boy. So I'm trying to do some bulk. Yeah, look. I'm trying. Okay, here we go. Chapter 6, Oh Long Winter Night. This episode of Chasing You contains descriptions of death and injury. Reader discretion is advised. So nice, so quiet. Only the wind flowing through the branches, shaking the snow off them. What? Who did I fight yesterday and my body is killing me? And the light is just fluctuating. What's going on? She looks rough. You tried moving your head. I'm willing to bet you can't change your hair. You tried moving your head, but pain immediately made you change your mind. The right side of the back of your head felt like it was cracked open. Is it? Check for blood. What if it really is? Check for blood. You tried moving your hand and checked, but it was instantly submerged in snow. Panicked and gasping for air, you moved your limbs, trying to get out. Disjointed and mixed up, pieces of events started coming back to you. Detective rolled his eyes, sitting on the bent tower post. Okay, we just read all this. This music, though. Wait, he didn't say that before. Melody, Rachel. Your arms outstretched towards the sky. You're back in the snow. So soft. You were swimming upwards like a madman, fighting with a snow monster trying to swallow you whole. Rachel was choking on the snow next to you. Then she went silent. The back of your head burned with cold, and your hands went limp. You didn't have time to get angry. Everything went dark. Rachel didn't just die, did she? This is the final season. Hello? What happened to Rachel? We fell together. And the guys? What happened to them? Guys, I hope they're alright. Me too. What if they're nearby? I need to get out of this damn snow. You scrambled out of the mass of snow and tried to figure out where you were. Mountains. I don't remember this peak. Snow? I don't recognize anything here. And there's no one around, so we got separated. Alexander and Sam didn't fall with us. If they're okay, then they're looking for me and Rachel. I should stay put. Nah. Head to the village. Walk to the forest. Head to the village, but you just said you don't recognize what's going on. You don't recognize anything. So what's heading to the village gonna do? At least if we get to the forest, we can maybe get some shelter. So we can get our bearings and maybe, I don't know, shit, climb a tree, figure out where the village is. So we don't even know where the village is. How are we gonna head that way? No. I'm gonna say forest. I can't go far. I won't be able to see any rocks or roads in the dark. As I'm saying, you don't know where the hell you are. But I can't stay here either. I don't have anything to keep warm with. You got up, fighting back rising nausea. You felt around your belt and exhaled with relief. I lost my gloves and board, but at least the emergency kit's still here. Awesome. Thank you, Alexander, for being so thorough. So checking your pocket, you discovered that your phone was missing. Typical. I mean, the reception was gone anyway. Okay. Don't panic. I'll find me without it. Several deep breaths later, you felt like you could move again. You had chosen the correct survival tactics. You headed towards the dark ridge of the trees, slowly making your way through the snow. This music is great. Listening to the crunch of snow under your feet, you imagined. But no. None of you will leave this valley. Peering into the menacingly low sky, you sighed. If I were paranoid, I would think that a second avalanche wasn't natural. I mean, technically it wasn't. Y'all set off a bomb. Having reached the first row of trees, you started thinking. So, first, I need to see what's in my kit. Secondly, I need to remember the principles of survival. There's a certain course of action. You wrinkled your nose, diligently trying to remember what you read on the internet. I need food, water, fire, and shelter. Shelter, water, fire, food, water, and shelter. We're gonna need water before food. So anything that says food before water is wrong. So that's two of those options. And you should always find shelter first. So you can set up a base, and then you have places to bring the water and set up the fire at. Like, you need some place secure, because you also don't want to, in fire, like say you're in an environment that certainly rains, you need to be protected from the rain, so you need to protect your damn fire. And how you gonna get food? Like, because food mostly in the forest, you're gonna have to hunt for that, right? So you need a fire to cook it on. So you might as well set up the fire first. And either way, you need to stay warm, especially in this situation. And once again, most importantly, you need water before food. Because, I mean, you can starve for a while, but water, you're gonna be losing yourself pretty quick. So, this one for sure. It should be warm and safety first. The rest comes later. You started breaking the stubborn spruce branches with your numb fingers. All right. Hey, look at you go. Soon you were able to construct a dilapidated but dense hut made of spruce branches in the clearing. You used the remaining branches and dry brushwood to start a fire at the very entrance to the hut. All right, here we go. The wind tried to dismantle your modest shelter, but it was unable to. Okay. The fire was slowly but surely getting bigger, and the hut protected it from the fiercest gust of wind. Alright, now water. 10 minutes later, when the fire got stronger, you stretched out your hands to it. Warmth started flowing through them. You groaned in pleasure and in pain. It's a stupid situation in my life. I can't believe I got into this mess. The sounds of crackling fire and howling wind filled you with anger or sympathy. There's been a cold branch and a warm branch, so to speak, like kindness. So let's go with sympathy. Whoever lured us here must be suffering a lot. After all, no one seeks to do bad things to others as long as he himself is happy. Not necessarily. There's some, well, I mean, I was gonna say there's some monsters out there who feel happy about hurting people, but if they're trying to feel happy, it's because they're not happy. So you might be onto something there. Those people are usually products of their environment. And so, because they've had a tortured past, something like that, even though they might seem happy in their current situation, inside they're kind of busted. Alright. Yeah. Not like that statement, though. But who could it be? Is it a group of people? Maybe we've become part of something larger? Stuck our nose in someone else's business? Crossed someone we shouldn't have? Does it concern only one of us, or all of us? Your head was killing you, making thinking even more difficult. Half an hour later, you had to get up and go get some brushwood. Visibility was getting worse. Snowflakes were falling more and more intensely, and the wind was cutting to the bone. Hope a blizzard doesn't start. Looking up at the sky with concern, you clenched your teeth. I won't be able to stay awake all night, and if I fall asleep, the fire will go out. If only I could have a cup of coffee now. Coffee? Without looking, you reach into your belt bag. Give me some water. A coffee packet? Coffee packet? So I can stay awake. Oh, your story interactive. Hey. Herbal tea. I want the tea. Oh, but she needs to stay awake though. Okay, this is important. So we can keep the what's the name going. All right. Fine. I can't believe it. Coffee. It's coffee. You got water? Your chances of survival have increased. Hey! Okay, so that's important. Putting out a light aluminum mug from the same bag, you immediately scooped up some snow in it. Ah! Melt the snow, get the water. Yes. While the water boiled, you had to throw wood into the fire twice more. We've been followed. Thick shadows between the trees frowned menacingly at your lonely refuge. You shivered, holding the hot mug in your hands, and took a sip. So warm. More than I appreciated before. Taking small sips, she looked out into the forest. The fire was so bright that the space behind the trees looked pitch black. Something white flashed in the darkness. You flinched. I've heard that sound somewhere before. I remember where it's from. You ain't gonna tell me. Evil stepmother. Oh, this is the forest where she froze to death at? Oh no. Yuki-onna. Okay, so you're trying to lead me into the snow. Then stay in my hut. Come Come on, Melody. Give yourself more fears, why don't you? The things actually happening to you aren't enough for you, huh? There's no one there. Not a soul. Drinking the last drops from the mug, you resolutely stood up and stepped out of the hut. Hello? She came out of the forest, gracefully swaying her hips. The wolves on her sides looked sullen, but they didn't bare their teeth as they surrounded your clearing. Reaching out her hand, a wave of cold hit your face. Hello? The woman with the fire piteously pressed against your back as if trying to hide from her terrible breath. You're Yuki Ono, right? The snow girl? No, it's just a legend. You can't be here because wolves don't walk with people. I can't see your shoes. I'm stranded here on my own. Not technically. Rachel's out here, so I'm gonna nix that one. I can't see your shoes sounds silly. Wolves walk with certain people, but generally you wouldn't be running around with a pack of wolves. Generally, I mean. You're not Mowgli. The girl looked at her companion, smiled, and nodded. Your logic is flawless, even now. But I'm not going crazy, I hope. I just hit my head when I fell, that's all. You are a hallucination. I hit my head. I'm tired. Your head was hot while your hands were unbearably cold. This is nonsense. I know she doesn't exist. The girl turned sideways to you and stared into the depths of the forest. What's over there? She's trying to lead you out into the forest. And there's a freaking... Is that even a wolf? I think there's more wolves. Is there a village there? The one you got kicked out of, right? I'm gonna die there, right? Will they kill me there? The girl suddenly turned to you. I couldn't even get a picture. I can't think. Like, my brain just like froze. Bitch. Oh shit. A dry branch of burn. Fire was better, right? Your bare palms burned mercilessly. For a second, you were thrown back into the burning mansion where the flames were eagerly reaching your feet. Oh god. This music, though. You let out a piercing screech, almost letting go of your weapon, but then the girl swung her claws. Forgetting about the pain, you poked her in the face with the end of the branch. Scream! You passed a trial by fire. Bruh. What is happening right now? What is happening? Wolves lowered to the ground and howled. They first started emitting smoke, and in some places they were now see-through. Why do I have to fight my own hallucination? Why did you come here? What do you need from me? I don't understand anything. Leave me alone. I don't want anything. You're gonna let out a terrifying screech and the wolves came closer to you. They stopped 2 meters away and started running circles around you. Oh my god. Edward? A vicious circle. Not going out, the rest will only come closer. beasts snapped their fangs, chasing you around the inside of the circle. Look, I wasn't trying to kill you, brother. I'm sorry, Chris. Their fangs took it in front of your face, at your very knees, behind your back. You took a deep breath and fell to your knees, screamed, let out a triumphant. One of the wolves pricked up his ears, raised his head, and stumbled, causing the wolf from behind to run into him. The wolves kept colliding, angrily snapping their teeth, and rolled on the ground in a brief fight. You breathed heavily, watching. So, are they saying those people were the wolves in my life? Breathed heavily, watching as they, one after another, ran away to the edge of the clearing. I simply need to show them that I'm not afraid, that I am in charge. Yukiona looked at her pets with a heavy look, but she looked at you in a completely different way. You have passed the trial of beast. The girl stretched out her hand towards the wolves, and then towards the village. Is there an enemy lurking in the village? An enemy I can't see, that I'm blind to. The one that killed Musashi, the one that detonated the bomb to the tower. Is he my enemy? She held out her hand to you, her claws squeezed mercilessly at your throat, her grip getting tighter by the moment. You are killing me? You can't do anything. Can't do anything. You raised your chin and looked into the terrible eyes of the creature. You are my hallucination, my delirium, mine. You belong to me. Obey me. The girl's palm started emitting steam. Frightened, she opened her hand and pressed it to her chest as she took a step back. You have taken control of your haze. Then, after thinking for a second, she bowed her head. The wolves knelt on their front paws, hiding their muzzles in the snow. You managed to defeat your demons. Your chance of survival have increased. Oh my gosh. The jump scare. No, are they kidding? Why would they do that? This gonna show me. My hallucination respects me. Well, that almost feels nice. Majestically swaying her hips, Yukiona disappeared into the forest. But the footsteps didn't disappear. Are we sure that was hallucination? Something flashed under her feet. You looked down. A snowdrop. You can grow those in The Sims. A snowdrop. Spring? A symbol of life? This pendant will appear in your inventory. Alright. In my inventory. What am I going to do with it in my inventory? Will I live? Will I be happy someday? Is that what you mean? You looked up, but the clearing was completely empty, except for those footsteps. All the footprints except yours are at the surface of the snow now. But I can see them right there. Started shaking with cold. Are they saying that I was just walking around? They're shaking with cold and fear. I'm losing it. Why do I have to come here of all places? Are they saying that those footsteps were mine? That I was actually pacing in my delirium? Oh my god. Oh, snow is picking up. Get back in the shelter. Is the fire gonna go out? Oh no. Having somehow made it back to your hut, you collapsed on the pile of fir branches. The fire cheerfully crackled with new strength from the added branches, and you felt that its warmth melted something in your soul. Defeating the visions had strengthened your spirit. It was foolish to hope for a good outcome, but the triumphant feeling did not want to leave you. You squeezed a snowdrop in your palm as it huddled a little closer to the fire. If I can make it until morning, I'll be able to get to the village. Even if they don't find me, I'll still get there. Headache, nausea, fatigue, your whole body ached. You closed your eyes for a second, just for a second. Oh no. There is more kindness in you than cruelty. Don't fall asleep, Alexander. They found me? I've already fallen asleep, and you're in my dream. Am I dreaming or am I... The snowstorm is getting worse. Will we be able to follow our footsteps back? Yes, but first contact the others. Get them to bring over the second snowmobile. I think they found me! You floated up into the air, higher and higher. I think they're carrying me. Somewhere in the distance, there was a rumble of thunder, or was it an engine? You didn't care. You were already asleep. Have I got rescued? Rescue! Is this a hospital? Why do the blankets and stuff look like that? Usually everything looks so sterile in the hospital. Why are there floral patterns? Oh, we did it! Waking up was deliciously warm. Hey, good morning, sweetie. How do you feel? Awful. I saw Alexander and Sam in my dreams. They were the ones who found you. They didn't stop the search even when the blizzard started. Brave fools. She looked somewhere to the side, and you, struggling to turn your head, saw Sam and Alex sleeping. Aww. They were sitting down in their chairs, their heads touchingly tilted to each other's. Aww. I wish we could get a picture of them, of that. How are they, are you, and I? I'm worried about her too. I can ask them how they are later. So I'm worried about her because she passed out. Like, what happened? Feel concerned for your friends. I'm fine. I hit my head and that's it. I was very lucky. I wound up close to the side of the avalanche. You got dragged down further down. What about the guys? They got me out almost immediately, but they lost sight of you. And they took me to the village doctor. Afterwards, they went back to the mountain to look for you. We were all afraid that you... Her lower lip trembled and her eyes started to redden. She grabbed your palm and sobbed, turning away. You grimaced a little. Your fingers ached and couldn't bend well. Sorry. She raised your fingers to her lips and kissed them softly. You lost your gloves and froze your hands a little, but it's not too bad. You've earned enough survival points to avoid getting your hands frostbitten. Oh my god. A little sleep and you'll be back to normal, I promise. What would happen if I didn't? What's the noise? Oh, a survivor has woken up. He pushed Alexander's head away and stood up. Hello, heroes. You saved my life. Not just us. Even Elia and all the available rescuers were with us. Sam put his hand under your shoulders and gently raised you. I couldn't do it myself. Of course. He hugged you tightly, barely letting you breathe. I thought that was it. Do you have any idea how... He gasped, fell silent, and started showering your shoulders and neck with kisses. Sam, it wasn't on purpose, and I was worried too. I know. Please understand. Forgive me this anger. It's just the horror nearly drove me mad. His dark eyes were looking directly into your soul, clearly showing the panic frozen in them. It's okay now. You're safe. That's all that matters. Looked at your friends and felt a lump appear in your throat. You must find Musashi's killer. Are you crazy? Look what this stupid investigation has led us. This is not about the investigation, the most logical course of action. The most logical course of action? Logic. Musashi is the victim, but the killer is not interested in him. Authority. Aha. Alexander and Sam exchange glances. So we go back to the idea that Musashi resembles many other people. Sam, Alexander, Musashi resembled Sam. But this doesn't give us anything. It's some kind of conspiracy theory based on nothing. If his target was dead, why would he cause an avalanche? Your friends fell silent, lost in thought. He deliberately so devised that it was impossible to leave here for at least a couple of days. What for? He wanted to keep us out here? But why? Mitchell looked around helplessly at the man. Maybe it was something to do with business? Delay the investigation and achieve something? But nobody is investigating anything. Everyone immediately believed Hasal's confession. Arrest, trial, doesn't matter. He wouldn't have been able to pull something off. Silence filled the room again. Okay, what do you suggest then? We should talk with Hasal to let him share his suspicions. Also, talk to Manaka and the receptionist. Exhausted, you leaned back on the pillow, sweat started forming on your forehead. Okay. You rest while we talk to everyone. Sleep for now. But I must... You must rest. We can handle this. There are 3 of us. Sleep. You tried to protest, but no one listened to you. Instead, they called in a doctor who examined you and gave you a sedative. Then he asked your friends to leave, but you managed to tell them. When you come back, bring some paper and a paint. Why? But by then you already couldn't answer as you fell into a dreamless sleep. The best kind of sleep. I hate dreams. At first you could smell something and then heard the rustle of paper. Reluctantly opening your eyes, you saw someone's elbow. The elbow was followed by a hand, which was straightening out a nearby bouquet. Hi, Eve. Good to see you. He was pleased to hear that. You sat down on the bed beside you and smiled. I'm glad you're alive and well. You scared us a lot. I was pretty scared myself. Why did you even climb that damn mountain? Mountain Kane. That's right. You and Lia didn't come to the base. Where were you that day? Will you answer a question? Honestly? Of course. Where were you on the day Musashi was killed? She hesitated, peering into your face. Why are you asking? Because you didn't go to the base. We spoke to the staff. The person there didn't see you. There's been a murder, Eve, and we're investigating it. Eve looked at the bouquet and went silent for a while. We've been busy. Doing what? Don't you think that's none of your business? Maybe it isn't. You tell me everything, but I'm asking for a favor. Will be nice. I was grateful that you did not pressure her. The girl sighed and awkwardly scratched her neck with her hand. We made love. Right in the snow? Of course, because Cystius is my middle name. No, there's a small house in the forest. We got lost when we were walking to the base and accidentally stumbled upon it. The door was open, there was no one inside, but the place I lived didn't feel to it. Actually, it was stupid and unreasonable, but we couldn't resist. You know how that happens? You're just talking before you know it, you're already on the bed? And you weren't caught? Amazing, huh? We spent 3 hours there. Must have been lucky. Why didn't you say so right away? I don't know. Somehow, me and Lia, there's something wrong with that. The girl heard footsteps in the corridor and put her finger to her lips. A few seconds later, the door to the ward opened. Oh, I'm already awake. Hi, Eve. I just brought your paper you asked. I think I should go. Thanks for the flowers. The girl winked and ran out of the door. Okay, so her and Lia. Interesting. And I wonder what would happen if you were pursuing either her or Lia. Then what they had said they were doing? Would they still have been having sex? Also have something else from Rachel. The doctor said that they're ready to let you go, so she took a look through your bags. Oh, okay. Oh, perfect timing. Started looking through the bags. Where are the others? I was in there thoughtfully picked up the petal that fell on the table. They're having a chat with Lia. He twisted his leg while looking for you. Oh. She looked up at the man and he smiled. Don't worry, you'll have a chance to thank him later. Come on, get changed. He went out the door so as not to embarrass you, and you open up the first package. There's a kitty on it. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. That's a Home Alone. Or a warm dress. Okay, I like the dress. Or a plain sweater. Let's put the dress on. After putting on some new clothes, you sat down to rest and the paint caught your eye. Oh yeah. Close your eyes and imagine the cold face of your demon. Can I change my hair? I can. And we can keep the same hair. We just fix it up a little bit. You close your eyes and imagine the cold face of your demon. I want to capture her. You straightened out a blank sheet of paper and took a pencil and drew the first line. All the while you were drawing, you could not escape her eyes. Wow. Very cool. Put it away. After admiring the stern face, you carefully put the drawing into your backpack. This drawing will appear on the final screen of the chapter. I want to remember everything that happens to me here. Even you, my strange, scary demon. So, are you ready? Her head and shoulders stuck out from behind the door. We've done all necessary paperwork. The doctor asked to get out of here before work hours are over. Okay, I'm coming. Wait, where's your jacket? Oops. She sighed patiently and handed you a second package. Okay. Little parka. Warm jacket says Romance Club. Or a plain jacket. Let's get the Romance Club jacket. Hey. Girl, and now to the hotel. There's something to tell you. Uh-oh. There's candles everywhere. There's almost no staff now, especially since it's difficult for them to work without electricity. Doesn't the generator turn on at all at night? They're saving fuel because they don't know when the entrance to the valley will be cleared up. Yuma said they'll try to fix the wire some more. Seems like yesterday's blizzard ruined the evening for others as well. You sighed and wrapped yourself tighter in a blanket. A cup of tea simultaneously warmed and pulled down your aching fingers. Okay, tell me more about Manaka. Well, we weren't able to find her right away. Looks like she's hiding. Oh, who did we talk to before? I can't remember. That's suspicious. Understandable. Should it be like understandable? I don't know. You are a good detective. Hey, she's scared of being fired, isn't she? Right, and you are smart. She stepped out from a smoke a few times, while Musashi and was in the sauna. They're strictly prohibited from doing that, and we can see what it led to. Anyway, she spoke through sobs, but we were able to learn one main thing. Yes, first of all, she doesn't suspect anyone other than Hasao. Secondly, that day, the only person she saw in the quarters of that half of the floor was a receptionist. It's that Marcus again. Is that his name? Yes, Yuma told me Marcus Weston or Ulysses. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Marcus Warren. No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Weston or Ulysses. I can't remember. Alexander found thinking about something on his own. We never found the time to talk to him, by the way. I think it's about time. Agreed. What about Hasao? Sam took a sip and set the cup aside. Yes, Hasao. I will leave you alone. I cannot leave the post for a long time. Can you handle it? Yes, of course, officer. Thank you for your assistance. Good luck, Makoto-san. Hasao's face was calm, even detached. He also came to ask stupid questions. The men looked at each other. I can't really understand what he said, so this one's on you. Hasao-san, we need to understand something. Is it important? It is important. Your team did a brilliant search of Hasao's room. We went to your room and, the picture turned out very strange. You didn't like your son-in-law, he cheated on your daughter, but you signed a power of attorney for him. Also, we found sleeping pills in your room. Strong ones. It makes me believe in your version of a midday nap. What do you think? The man nodded his head. You have secured Hasao's full support. That's right. So you must understand. I didn't kill Yuko. He was my relative, albeit a stupid one. I had neither the reason nor the ability to kill him. I was asleep. Looked at his open palms and clenched them into fists. But everything pointed to you. Nobody believed you. Nobody believed you? Oh, intuition. Of course, you saw the blood and knife, right? Do you know that the way out of the valley got blocked? Seriously? No, I didn't. I'm stuck here without news. That's why you haven't been moved to town yet. Turning to his partner, Sam switched to English. Alexander asked him one question. What do you think, based on the expression on his face? That he was absolutely not interested in it, or he knows nothing about it? Or that he's a good actor? What was the question? About the avalanche. I think it has nothing to do with it. Hasao, did you climb the mountain above the ski base? What do you mean? I did not come here to engage in that loathsome suicide of a sport. Only idiots can put 2 sticks on their feet and call themselves athletes. I was walking into the forest, went to the blue lake, sat in the blue spa area. Hasao, if you didn't kill Musashi, then who could have? The man's face lost all expression. He dropped his hands. I don't know. I just don't know. Sam leaned forward and caught the prisoner's eye. There's no fear or shame in death, only a road to yourself. One's life serves others, one's death serves oneself. Musashi Yuko is now a spirit and a part of these forests, with his killer. He took upon himself the right belonging to the gods, to decide when to end a person's life and turn him into a spirit. Hasao's gaze became meaningful, focused. You got to know Hasao well as a person. Right. Oh yeah, because he's into all of that stuff. Right. Will you find the killer? That's exactly what we're doing. Whom do you suspect? He shook his head and froze and held out uncertainly. I remember black. I kind of woke up and there were black hands. Or black gloves? Everything was in a fog. I was on medication. I saw such gloves on the receptionist. Marcus Warren! He raised a questioning, even begging look at you. Sam yawned wildly, interrupting himself mid-sentence. Anyway, if we don't find the killer, this guy will probably go to jail. Looking at him, you all yawned in return. The circle closed when Sam repeated after you. I'm kind of tired. Let's get back to this in the morning. You also felt your body had become heavy. Rachel and Alexander have stretched out on the mats, almost dozing off. Okay, let's disperse. I'm about to fall asleep too. And you, by the way, have a spa longer than anyone else. And you, by the way, have a spa longer than anyone else. That's what became stretched out and muffled, and he covered his mouth with his hand. You waved your hand, scattering everyone into their rooms. Alexander tried to snooze around the floor, but Sam pushed him mercilessly out the door. Rachel promised to roll his body to his room, to which Sam closed the door. Soon by his warm side, you could almost die of happiness. So warm, so nice. Did we survive the night? Oh no, we didn't. You woke up to a strange sound. That was new. Hey, there's someone there. Your head felt heavy and your mouth was dry. You felt around with your hand. You could hear someone's even deep breathing nearby. Wake up. Nobody responded to your call, so you got up and staggered to the door. What? You didn't see if Sam was laying behind you? Beside you? Why do I feel so bad? Were we drugged? Open the door, you went onto the corridor and turned to the right. I don't know, but the survival stuff was fun. That jump scare. That was just mean. And we almost have all of them. We have 3 more. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and end this part right here. That was wild. These 2 episodes were freaking wild. Episode 5 and 6. That was great. That was great. This season is great so far. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I'm excited to play the next 2 episodes, I think. 7 and 8, I think. Yeah, man. This is going to be exciting. I'm cool. So, yeah, I'm probably going to play 7 and 8 right now. Super fun. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and share the like button. To love, subscribe, see more content like this. And I will see you next time. Bye.
Do you have a tear to spare? Make a promise.